Hello everyone, welcome back to another session of Selenium training. In this session, we are going to see how to handle mouse events on different applications. In previous session, we have seen how to handle keyboard events and what are the uses of keyboard events in Selenium automation. So in this session, we will see in detail how to what are the challenges that we face in automation while handling the web elements and how we can resolve using these mouse events. So if you want to directly jump to the examples or programs, just forward the video. But if you want to gain some knowledge on mouse events, just stay here for 2 minutes, then we'll jump to the examples. So what are mouse events? So what operations that you perform using mouse events, they are called mouse events. Mouse over means just like you have to over the mouse to a particular web element. Example, drop down menus. Until and unless you mouse over to that web element, you cannot see the menu under that. So that's mouse over operations, and clicking and double clicking, right clicking, all those events that you perform using mouse, those all comes under mouse events. Okay, so what are different ways to automate these mouse events? So the most powerful way to handle these mouse events is using actions class available in Selenium. So this is very powerful class with huge number of methods that will satisfy your automation testing using these methods. So what is the use of these mouse actions, where it is used in real time? So generally, sometimes you might have challenges of moving to a web element. Until and unless you move to that web element, you cannot click on some few things. So in that cases, it will help you to over to the web element and display the drop downs. And some applications might demand right click and do some operations, and also getting some colors on mouse overs. Like for example, there is a menu and you need to test when user mouse overs to that menu, a user should see a different color. So to validate those things, to do some GUI testing, these mouse events are useful. And what mouse actions you can perform using actions class, there are large number of methods which we will see in examples in detail. So you can see single click, double click, right click, context click, click and hold, drag and drop by coordinates, and you can move your mouse to particular coordinates and move to any element. All these actions can be performed using mouse events. So here is the reference for your actions class with different methods. These are all the mostly useful methods for mouse events in your project. So you can see build, click, and you can even give element. You can see all the methods has one argument and without arguments. In the arguments you can provide your web element reference, and if you are using a multiple actions like click and hold and all those things, then you have to use some without method without arguments. So we will see that in detail. So our concentration is on mouse events now. We will see in detail about what are the other methods available in this actions class. If you want to see all these methods and their description, just visit this link. I'll be giving it in the description box. Now let's quickly jump to Eclipse. Okay, so let me create a new package here. I'll call this package as mouse events, and let us see different methods. So first let's see drag and drop. So I'll name it as mouse events underscore drag and drop. Okay, so let me write this. Now we'll see one example. I have one website. Okay, so before that we will see one more method which is very useful. So let me create a class. We will see move to element and a context click. That means a right click. Okay, so mouse events move to element, which is important. That's the reason I'm taking it as first one, and context click. So I'll tell you what is this context click is. Okay, so let me take normal syntaxes. So I'll be pasting here and import this WebDriver and import this Chrome driver. So I have one web application with me. Let me take that. So just for demo purpose, there is one website of knowledge share. So I'll be taking this website. So what we are going to do here is we are going to move to one particular element, and then I'm going to switch to interview questions, where it will come here. The mouse will be hovered here, and then it will next hover to freshers, and then it will hover to Selenium. So that's the operation I'm going to perform now using actions class. So what I'm going to do is for each and every mouse over, I'm just going to place some 3 seconds gap so that you can see how the mouse is hovering using this actions class. Okay. So let me copy this link and let me give driver dot navigate dot to. So this is my link. Let me maximize the browser. Driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. This will maximize the browser. Now we have to declare an object for actions class. Okay, so actions, call it as action is equal to new actions of. We have to pass our driver object which we created. So give this driver object here and import this actions class. So this actions class is very important. You have to keep it in mind. Now what we are going to do is we are going to um, switch here. Okay, so let us take this now. Right click and click on inspect. Okay, so again go here. Okay, okay, so let me right click, copy XPath. Okay, so now we are not going to deal with in detail with our with XPath. We already discussed that in earlier sessions. Just we are concentrating on actions. Okay, I'll click on move to element. Okay, and driver dot find element of by dot XPath XPath of the link, the menu name. Okay, so here you have to give dot. Okay, I think one more bracket will come here. Dot build dot perform. So what this build will do, it will segregate all the operations that are that are given inside before this build, and then it will perform all the operations. So next I'm just going to give thread dot sleep for 3 seconds. So throw the exception. Now let us run till here and see how it is working. Okay, so run as Java application. So it's launching the web page. It will maximize the browser. See, the mouse is over there. Okay, so now we are going to mouse over to the freshers. Okay, so again go here. Let me close this browser. Okay, now let me inspect this freshers element. Now let me take this copy XPath. Okay, and same thing we have to do here. Action dot move to element of driver dot find element of by dot XPath. Copy paste the link build dot perform. Okay, again, just we have given some 3 seconds gap between the mouse overs. So here also I'll just provide 3 seconds gap. Wait, and now let me run this program again. So observe carefully the mouse overs, how it is happening. It's always necessary to go to that menu, right? Sub menu. See, now it is pointing to the freshers. Now from these freshers, I have to see, for example, without actions, imagine you want to click on the Selenium. Okay, how will you do that? Even if you right click and inspect this element and try to click it, it will not click it because that is not visible. To make it visible, you have to over the mouse and then to particular elements. That's how that actions class helps us to move to element. Okay, now let me close this automation browser. Now I want to click on this or I want to mouse over on the Selenium. Okay, so let me inspect this element, copy, copy X path, again same action dot move to element of driver dot find element of by dot X path of the path of the element and build dot perform. Okay, so let me minimize this. Yes, now again let me give some weight here, thread dot sleep, some 3 seconds wait. So let me run this. See, 3 seconds waiting and clicking on freshers, again 3 seconds waiting. Yes, and it's pointed to Selenium, right? See, that way you can click. Now you can click on that element easily. For clicking on that element, you can just give build dot click. You can give here dot click dot build dot perform. Okay. Now I want to right click on this. I don't want to click on that. I just want to. I should go to this Selenium and then I should give right click so that it this comes up, this appears there. Okay, so how to do that? There is a method called ContextClick. So we have seen move to element so far and also see the build dot perform. These are the two methods you have to provide at the end. Okay, and now I'm going to right click. Okay, how to do that? Action dot context click. So context click will will perform a right click on the center of that page element. So build dot perform. Okay, now let's run this. See, observe carefully. See, it it performed a right click. Okay, sometimes in some applications there might be a necessity to perform a right click, so you have to use context click to perform a right click. Okay, that is how you need to work on that. Okay, so this is all about move to element and context click. Now we will see how to perform a move by offset. Now so far we have seen move to element. Now we will see how to do the same operation using move by offset method. Okay. 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 So new class mouse events underscore move by offset, which is very critical and important for some complex applications. Okay. So let me take this same code, move by offset. Now I want to move to this element not with the help of this web elements, of course with the help of web element, but I will inspect the x coordinates and y coordinates of this element. Okay, so right click, copy x path. Okay, now let me go here. Okay, let me give some thread dot sleep for 3 seconds and import this add throws declaration. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to store this in a web element. Okay, web element my source. Okay, my source is this interview questions menu is my source. Okay, source is equal to driver dot find element of by dot xpath of. Okay, I have taken the element of this interview questions and stored it in a web element. Let me import this. So once you do that, what you have to do, you have to record the coordinates of these interview questions. So how to record the coordinates? Simply we have a method called getLocation.getX. So give int x is equal to source dot, okay, getLocation dot get x. Okay, in the same way, int y is equal to source dot get location dot get y. Okay, so once you get that, you already have the x coordinates and y coordinates. So let us print that x coord, okay, x. Now so just give y coord y. Let's run till here and let's see the method how to move by offset using these coordinates. Okay, so let us run this program and see whether it is printing correct x and y coordinates. See, observe, we are not mouse hovering or we are not doing anything here. Okay, it will just get the x and y coordinates. See, observe here, x coordinates is 731 and y coordinate is 151. So that's the, see, you can see x coordinate and y coordinate. Now I want to move to that coordinates. So using actions class, I have to perform that. So again, declare actions. Action is equal to new actions of driver. Okay. So import this actions class. Now we have an interesting method called action dot c move by offset. So in earlier example we have seen web element, right? So move to web element. So move by offset, you can see two um, arguments available. One is x offset int and int y offset. So just select this, and what is my our x coordinate? X, right? So just give x, and what is our y coordinate? It's y, right? So now observe, when I run this program now, it should move to that interview questions and it should stay there. Okay, so just give thread dot sleep some 3 seconds time. Okay, now let's run this program. So some applications you might need this move by offset x coordinates, y coordinates, but it depends on the browser that you are using. So that's the reason we are getting the x and y coordinates. Okay, so I think we did a small mistake here. Uh, After writing this, we did not give this build dot perform. That's the reason it's not going to that location. Always, whenever we access actions class methods, it you have to give build and perform for sure, or else it will not do that particular actions what we need to do. Now let's run this again. See, now using coordinates, it switches to that particular web element. Okay, source, right? So we already have recorded x and coordinates, y coordinates, so it's going there simply, and it's just waiting for 3 seconds. That's what we did now. So this is all about mouse move by offset. Okay, and so far we have seen move to element, context click, and move by offset. Okay. Okay, now we will see another example of drag and drop using this actions class. So let me create a new class. I'll call this as mouse events, drag and drop. So let me check this public static void main. Oh, so let me take these 3 lines of code. Okay, I have one web page that we can see take as example for this drag and drop. You can see this is one page. You can try this. So you can see the operation here where we can simply dragging and dropping this web element. Okay. So how to perform this? Okay. First you have to get this element path and this element path, and then you have to use the drag and drop method. Okay. So for this we'll be taking driver dot navigate dot to. So let us take this web page URL. Okay. So let's maximize this browser. Manage dot window dot maximize. Now we have to get the paths of these two web elements. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll declare web element. Okay, and I'll say source is equal to driver dot find element of by dot. Okay, so let's get this path, inspect. Okay, so click here and 1 second, select this, right click, copy X path. Okay, so this is, sorry, by X path of this draggable, id is equal to draggable. Okay, now in the same way, let's, okay, let's import this web element interface. Now in the same way, let's take destination or target is equal to driver dot find element of by dot X path of. Okay, so let's inspect this drop and copy this X path and paste it here. Yes, now we have source and target, right? Now what we have to do, we have to simply use actions class here. Okay, actions. Okay, I think some error is being displayed here. Find element of X path of. Okay, let's remove this. Let's put it in single quote. Okay, I have corrected this. Now let's declare actions class. Action is equal to new actions of driver. Import this actions class. Now we have a method here, action dot, you can see, sorry, action dot drag and drop. You can see two methods here. One method is accepting source and target, and other method is accepting web element source and x coordinates and y coordinates. You can use these two methods to perform drag and drop. Okay, so you already saw how to get this offset and x and y coordinates. Based on that, you can define your target elements. Okay, now action dot drag and drop of we have source element, just provide this as source and target as this name. Okay. Now just give build dot perform. Okay. So now let's run this program and see how the drag and drop is being performed. See, you can see here maximize and it's drag and drop. Okay, so that's how this drag and drop will work. Okay, now let's take another example. Let's take another example of click and hold. The same operation we will be performing using click and hold. Okay, just take mouse events underscore click and hold. Okay, so let me select this static void main. Now let me copy same here from here, common lines. Okay, now same you have to take these two web elements and also actions class. Now you have an one more method action dot. Okay, action dot see, you have click and hold and you have two methods, one is without arguments and one is with arguments. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to use this element, this with arguments. Okay, click and hold and select the source element. Okay, select the source element and then we have one more method move to element, right? So move to element and select the target. Okay, select the target dot release dot build dot perform. Okay, so this is the way that you can do again. So click and hold, it will click and hold the let's go to this page. So just click and hold. Okay, and then it will come to this element and then it will release, it will move to the element, it will move, mouse will move to this target element and release and then build dot perform. Okay, so drag and drop and click and hold are different methods but you can achieve the same functionality. Here you are using source and target in the same method and here you are using you are using the source and target in different methods. One is click and hold and other one is move to element and then releasing it. So three operations you are performing together. Okay, now let's run this program and see the output. Sorry, it's running different program, let me stop it. Okay, let me run this. Yeah, see, you can observe here click and hold and then move to the target and release build dot perform. So these are the different ways that you can perform mouse events using these actions class. Okay, so if you want all these programs you can just go to uh, GitHub knowledge share. I'll be pushing the code there. So go to GitHub or yeah, so here there is a repository called Selenium Basics where you have a number of programs. So you can see here all programs related to Selenium Basics are here. So I'll be pushing this code here so you can pick it from there for your practice and you can do some practice on different websites. Okay, so this is all about mouse events. So in the next upcoming session we will deal with actions class and then we'll see different other methods available in actions class and we'll take it from there. Okay. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe and please share. Thank you and have a nice day.